Dear students and viewers, I am Dr. Ganesan, Head Department of Economics, INR Janagamal College, Sivagasi. So today we are going to discuss about perfect competition. Under perfect competition, this video lesson concentrate on meaning and characteristics. You take into account of the market morphology, it is classified into two things. One is perfect competition and another one is imperfect competition. Under imperfect competition, we are having many types, that is monopoly, duopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, monopsony, bilateral monopoly, and so on. But under perfect competition, we are having only one thing, the perfectly competitive market. So now we are going to clearly discuss about the meaning and characteristics of perfectly competitive market. Already I explained a market should be defined only with the help of number of sellers in the market, not on the basis of number of buyers. Almost in all the markets, the number of buyers are larger in number. But how many sellers are in a particular market, according to that only we can classify the market conditions. So here, first we discuss about the meaning of perfect competition. So here on the basis of number of sellers, here we are defining the perfectly competitive market as the market situation in which there are large number of buyers and sellers all engaged in buying and selling homogeneous products. So here you can remember two things. In a perfectly competitive market, the number of sellers are larger in number. It means it is not possible for us to count and tell how many sellers are in a particular market and selling goods and services. So there are large number of sellers in the market. And the second thing we can remember, homogeneous products. The product produced and sold by all the sellers are homogeneous or identical in nature. Now we discuss about the characteristics of perfectly competitive market one by one. The first point, large number of sellers and buyers. So here large number of sellers in the sense it's not possible for us to count and tell. There are n number of sellers who sell the same commodity in a perfectly competitive market, and at the same time the number of consumers or the buyers are also larger in number. The number two, homogeneous products or identical products. The product sold by perfectly competitive market. The firms in a perfectly competitive market are homogeneous in nature, or it is otherwise called the firms they can sell identical product. So here homogeneous in the sense shape, color, weight, taste, and so on. In almost all the ways, the product sold by one seller should be equal and same as the product sold by other seller. So it's a peculiar characteristics of a perfectly competitive market. So identical product, the product sold by the firms in a perfectly competitive market are homogeneous in nature. Then the third one, freedom of entry and exit of firms. Here you take into account a perfectly competitive market. There is no restriction of firms to come and enter into the market and go out of market. So the firms can freely enter into the market and produce goods and services and sell the commodity in the market. And at the same time, if the firm wants to leave the market, there is no restriction. So here when a new firm will come and enter into the market means when the existing firms earn abnormal profit, at that time the new firm will come and enter into the market. The abnormal profit earned by the existing firms will attract the new firm will come and enter and produce the same and sold in the market. And when the firms will go out of market, if the existing firms incur loss, at that time some of the existing firm they wants to quit the market. They wants to stop the production and go away market, and the resources are diverted for the production of some other commodities. So here there is no restriction of firms to enter and firms to leave the industry. The next point, perfect knowledge on the part of the buyers and sellers. Here in a perfectly competitive market, both the buyers and sellers should have perfect knowledge about the market conditions, where the products are available, at a cheaper cost on the side of the buyers, and on the side of the sellers where we are having market for our product and where we can sell the product to earn more profit. So these type of market information should be known by both the buyers and sellers. That is what we are telling, perfect knowledge on the part of the buyers and sellers. Then next point, no transport cost. Here in a perfectly competitive market, there is no transport cost. If there is transport cost, that leads to change in the price of the commodity, but in a perfectly competitive market, firms they are following uniform price policy. So here there is no transport cost. Then the next point, perfect mobility of factors of production. Already you are all well known about the factors of production. The factors of production are land, labor, capital and organization. Here all the factors of production are freely moved from one firm to another firm, and where they are getting or enjoying some profit or benefit. So that is what we are telling, perfect mobility of factors of production is one of the characteristics of perfectly competitive market. The next one, uniform price policy or only one price. Here the firms in a perfectly competitive market, they are following uniform price policy. If a buyer wants to buy the product from the first seller or the second seller or the last seller, the price of the commodity are one and the same. At the same time, if a buyer wants to buy more in quantity or lesser in quantity, there is no change in the price of the commodity. The firms in a perfectly competitive market, they follow only one price, that is single price policy is followed in a perfectly competitive market. The next point, firms in a perfectly competitive market are price taker, not the price maker. So here the firms in a perfectly competitive market are the price taker. It means here the price for the product will be determined by the active market forces called demand and supply. Depends upon the demand and supply of a particular firm's product, the price will be fixed. So whatever the price which is prevailed in the market, that will be accepted by the firms in a perfectly competitive market. So because of that only we are telling, in a perfectly competitive market, the firms are price taker, not the price maker. Then horizontal demand curve. So here the demand curve in a perfectly competitive market is horizontal in nature. Average revenue curve is otherwise called the demand curve. So the AR curve is horizontal in nature, and at the same time here the average revenue curve is equal to the marginal revenue curve. So here why the demand curve is horizontal means because of the firms they are following uniform price policy. And the next one, and a perfectly competitive market, average revenue is equal to marginal revenue, and that is equal to price of the commodity. So because of the equality between average revenue and marginal revenue, here in a perfectly competitive market we are having only one revenue curve, that is average revenue curve. It is equal to marginal revenue curve. So it is horizontal in nature. So these are the points we can consider about a perfectly competitive market. If you want to distinguish between a pure market and perfect market, you take first 3 points alone, it is for pure competition, and you can add the remaining points with the first 3 points. You can get the characteristics of perfectly competitive market. Thank you, students. Thank you.